Hello, everybody. Welcome to the first episode of Pianoforte Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Audrey, and I'm joined by my lovely other host, Felicia.
Hello, Audrey.
Hello. For context, we are living in two different continents, hence the Zoom. We are very well socially distanced.
We are indeed.
Yes. So, this first episode, we will be talking about ourselves, an introduction, so to say, about who we are and kind of just an overview for the next episodes so that it all will make sense altogether and not just like a random two people
Yeah,
talking. Right.
hopefully.
Hopefully. Great. Do you...
So, should I start?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, okay. So, we're in two different continents, as previously mentioned, and I'm in Singapore. So, I'm currently working as a full-time piano teacher in a music school, and then on the side, I'm taking a music composition class. Yeah, so that's kind of what I'm doing on a daily basis, teaching and working on my homework.
So basically giving homeworks and doing your own homework.
Receiving homework.
Yeah.
Yes.
Not much
So
different.
it's actually not much difference. It's actually useful, so I get kept in the loop of how it feels like to be receiving homework as I dish out homework.
That's a very good point of view, actually. All right.
Yeah,
But
keeps me realistic when I'm giving homework.
that is good. That is important. Yes, sure. But do you mind to also share how you started on your music journey and so on and so forth? What instruments you play?
Okay, gladly. So I started, as with quite a lot of Asian kids actually, 3+ year old in a music play group, where you just, what I remember at least is sitting in a circle with our parent and clapping, singing. Maybe, I'm sure we were moving around at some point in time. I don't actually remember what we did, but one of those things. And then from there afterwards, I went on to take electron class and piano class from two different schools. So yeah, the electron class, there was their own like curriculum and system. And then for the piano class, I was, again, as with many people in Singapore and parts of Asia, I did the ABRSM. So I followed the ABRSM curriculum, the syllabus. Yeah. So that was when I was around 4 or 5. I actually don't remember the exact date or how old I was. Then afterwards, when I was around 7 or 8, I started guitar lessons, classical guitar, in a group class.
Fun. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and then at some point in time, I continued guitar lessons individually, so 1-to-1.
So like private class.
And yes,
Oh, okay.
and with guitar, I didn't do the ABRSM, I did the Trinity. And I actually do not know why I did the Trinity instead of ABRSM, but that's what happened. And then afterwards, when I was around 9 or 10, I can't remember again.
Ish.
Yeah, around that ish, yes. I started on violin, and it was in a group class.
Again, it
many
seems
group
to be
classes.
like a topic. It seems to be a repeating cycle. Started
Well, I
in
guess
a group
on
class.
one hand, because I think group class gives very good like taster sessions,
True.
right?
Also,
Like
less
you're not
commitment.
committing to. Yes, exactly. Exactly. So yeah, but the format of the group classes were a bit different. So the classical guitar, the group class was like all of us were following. We were on the same page all the time. So we were learning the same notes, we were learning the same symbols, the same
Oh.
chords,
Okay.
that kind of thing. But for the violin, it was more like everyone was just put together, regardless of, are they complete beginners? Have they learned for a few months already?
Mm-hmm.
And what happened for that was we had I think there were around 20 of us in one room.
20.
Maybe less, maybe more. I can't remember.
Ooh,
I can't remember.
that's a lot. Okay.
Remember, I was like primary school, so that's what I remember. There were a lot of people.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. And what happened was we would just be practicing by ourselves for the most part of class, or maybe chatting with someone else when we were bored of practicing. But anyway, you can imagine it was very scratchy. The sound that filled the room was very, very scratchy sounding. And probably out of tune as well.
Did you also learn
Yeah.
like privately for violin then eventually?
Eventually I
Okay.
did. Yeah, but again, I don't remember exactly how that happened.
Do you still
All I
play
remember was
the
at some
violin?
point No, it was actually sitting under a bunch of things, which is a bit sad.
It's collecting dust in the corner.
Yeah, actually it is.
Same like my other
Yeah.
instruments. We will get into that later.
Yes. We both have a lot of
We
instruments.
do.
Yeah, so those were the three main instruments I actually properly learned.
Mhm.
Piano, guitar and violin. I'm leaving out electone because I don't know. I never really connected to the electone as an instrument.
It's just like a side.
It was somehow
It's a bonus.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, because the curriculum I followed was kind of different, and then yeah, and I think I saw it more like an extension or means to learn certain skills like chords.
True.
Very very basic like improvisation, ensemble playing. That was quite a big part of the electone class. Like there was always one section at the end where we got a chance to play together as an ensemble. And I also remember during electone class, actually, we would sing some songs at the end of class. And that's how I came to know of some tunes like, I think there was like Chim Chimmery. I probably heard it from there.
Okay. Yeah.
Tie a yellow ribbon around the old
Oh,
oak tree.
yes.
And I can't remember the others, but I remember those two very vividly.
I think like I also learned electones. Sorry to jump a little bit, but like
Yeah,
I
sure.
I agree with you. Like learning chords and learning different, like so to say, genre or like repertoire, just because we are surprisingly we started with classical piano, so
Yeah.
we were not as involved in other genres other than the classical world.
Yeah,
But-
other than what we were playing.
Yeah, but like electones definitely was a good like portal, so to say, to bridge the two because it's
Yeah, it
similar
is.
enough, but it's different enough as well. Okay,
Yeah.
tell me more about your other instruments, maybe briefly, rapid fire.
Rapid fire. Okay, off the top of my head, I have the guitar, violin, I have the ukulele there. I have an instrument called xun, which is a Chinese instrument. It's blown, and it's like a little oval shaped.
Okay.
It's like oval shaped, so you kind of hold it to your and there's like holes inside, so you're supposed to cover the holes. I'm sure I have a few recorders lying around the house somewhere again. I have a Vanuva, which is an instrument that is very interesting. So it's supposed to sound a bit like a saxophone. So it has the mouthpiece, like the single reed.
Oh.
And the finger rings are actually the same as the recorders.
Oh, I've seen those. I've
And it's
seen
made
that. So it's a
And
bit
it's made
of
of
a
plastic, so it's cheap.
so it's a bit of a hybrid of clarinet as well. So do you
Yeah.
actually use
Pretty much,
reed
actually.
for it? Plastic reed.
There is a plastic one.
Plastic reed. Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah.
that. Okay. Cool.
Basically, the nice thing about this instrument is that I'm veering off the rapid fire. Sorry.
Yeah.
The nice thing about this instrument is that it's a very easy way to get into the other wind instruments
Okay.
because they are all expensive.
Yeah, they are. Wind instruments are crazy
Yeah.
expensive. I mean,
Yeah, and then you have this thing that's made of plastic.
yeah. True. Okay.
Yeah.
Continue to
And
wrap.
then ocarinas. I have quite a few of them because I bought them when I was in Taiwan.
Oh, I love ocarinas.
Yeah, so very, very cute stuff. What other instruments? I have a melodica lying around somewhere. I know you have.
Yeah.
What else did I miss out? I have a hulusi, which is a god instrument,
Mm-hmm.
like those kind of gods with like 3 pipes sticking out of it.
Mhm.
So you're supposed to blow from the top, and 2 of them are supposed to be drones. I actually never fully understood how to play it, and then I just stopped playing it.
Okay.
I have kalimba.
Oh,
I have
you have
kalimbas.
kalimba.
The first
Okay.
kalimba I bought was in Germany.
Oh, yeah, I've seen a lot of people in Germany play kalimba. For context, I am still living in Germany, and
Which is where we met
Yeah, we met in Germany.
while we were studying. So
Yeah, we will get onto
you're
that
gonna hear this pop up. Yeah,
later.
I have a theremin
Mm-hmm.
that I currently can't use because I'm missing one cable.
Oh, damn it!
I don't know which cable I'm missing.
Is it like
And
a general cable or like you have
it's
no
a pretty
clue?
specific one, so I need to actually find it before I can use it.
Oh, damn it!
But anyway, the thing about theremin is that of all instruments, it actually needs a lot of space.
yeah, yeah,
It needs a deceptive amount
Yeah,
of
it's-
space. Otherwise, you just can't play it.
yeah. I get it. Yeah, yeah.
So there is so there is that.
Yeah.
I have an instrument called nanguan, which is a wind instrument. No, not kind of a wind instrument. So it's like, you know how the flute and it goes sideways?
Mm-hmm.
What am I talking about? It's like a recorder.
Okay.
Isn't that a recorder?
A
Yeah, it's like a
recorder
recorder.
goes
You play it like
downwards,
in front
yes.
of you. The one I have is on the lower side. I think it's usually on a slightly lower tone than the most recorders are.
Mm.
And I managed to blow a few tones out of it. I'm not very good at it, obviously.
Managed to blow a few tones. All right, that's good enough.
Yeah.
That's good enough.
Yeah. There's a harmonica somewhere in the house as well.
Oh. Okay, cool. Can you play it?
That I can't play, but I can't really play it
Okay.
properly. I can blow some tones out of it, but I always run out of air.
Same.
I do not understand how people do not run out of air.
Yeah, same. I also
Like
have
the breath control is just
harmonica.
crazy.
Yeah, I also have harmonica at home,
Yeah.
and I can like home in Indonesia. Another
Yeah.
brief context. I am from Indonesia, so at home in Indonesia, I like my family own like 3 harmonicas for some reason. I just found out
Mhm.
like very recently. And yeah, nobody in the immediate family could actually play the harmonica. I know a little bit on
Mm.
how you play it because you also suck air for some notes
Yeah.
and you blow air for some other notes, but I can never get it
Yes.
like clean and only one note at a time. I
No, I
always get
can't
a
either.
bunch of notes. In the end, it's just like, nah, sorry.
That's me as well. My dad plays the harmonica.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
That's
He plays the harmonica, yeah. And then my mom, she plays the Chinese flute.
oh, 笛子.
Yeah, the 笛子.
Ah.
She has a bag of them because they're all for different tones.
Yeah,
so.
they're not like diatonic, not like right? 'Cause you need like
They
different
They are diatonic.
time-
They're not chromatic.
Oh yeah, they're diatonic. They're not chromatic. Sorry. Sorry.
It's fine.
Yeah, I got mixed up between the two. Too many languages. All right. So those
Yeah,
instruments, do you have more? Do you want to
I
add?
think those are the ones. Those are the ones that I have.
Okay.
And then like harmonica is my father's, my 笛子 is my mom. Then my sister has like. Do I go into my sister's instruments as well?
You don't have
Am I just
to.
collecting instruments here?
You don't have
Okay,
to if
then
you
it's
don't
fine.
want to. If you
Because I
want,
don't really use the instruments she has.
oh no, we can have her come to the next episode. Maybe be like, talk about your
Maybe in the
instruments.
far future.
We can talk about our instruments in a future episode. But for now, probably it's a good amount. You have a
Yeah.
lot.
That
You play some of
that
them.
I have a lot that I don't use.
You play some of them, yeah. Or used to.
For
play.
most of them, I am able to play 1 or 2 notes. You mean that's what you mean?
That's good enough. That's a good enough reason to collect instruments. All right. All right. And
Yeah.
do you want to go into how back to your classes, because we talk about instruments for a while, like
Mhm.
back to music classes, music tuition, so to say, or like groups that you've been in. Yes. Or choirs.
Yeah, okay. So basically, most of the 3 main instruments that I mentioned,
Mm-hmm.
of the 4 instruments I mentioned, piano, guitar, and violin, those were eventually individual classes, and they stayed individual for a very long time. No, they just stayed individual all the way. Anyway, for the electron class, that was always in a group class.
Ah.
That was always group. Yeah.
Interesting.
I just need to clarify that part. Yeah, because I was with a particular music school, and I think they had a very strict progression going up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's just basically like group classes, and some group classes were just a bit bigger or smaller.
Mm-hmm.
The smallest class I was in, there was only 4 of us.
Mm-hmm.
The bigger ones are usually like 6, 7, I think. Might be wrong about that, but it's around 6, I think.
6 is quite a big group, yeah, for an instrument.
Yeah, it is. But other ensemble experiences, I was actually in the school choir. When I was in secondary school, I was in the school choir for 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And with that, we actually had some chances to go. I mean, there was always something going on every year. There was a school concert that we were a part of. They would sing, I think, about 3 songs, and then we were involved in the finale. Yeah, so that happened every year. So there was basically 4 years of that. And then alternating years, we have the Singapore Youth Festival. Had to think about that for a while. We had the Singapore Youth Festival in Singapore, and back then, when I was involved in choir, it was always a bit more like a competition.
Mm-hmm.
I know that afterwards they tried to gear away from that mindset of like it being a competition, but by then I wasn't involved in this already, so I pretty much lost touch with how things are on the ground. Yeah, so they were on alternating years,
Mm-hmm.
and then on the other alternating years that we don't have the festival, the competition or festival, our conductor arranged or like looked for international competitions for us.
Ooh.
So we had a chance to fly over, actually, to Europe. So one of the years we went to Bratislava, and the other year we went to St. Petersburg.
Oh, that's cool. Did you sing a lot of more classical, or did you sing more of like a popular music repertoire? What kind of choirs was it?
It was quite a mix.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I can tell you specifically, we sang quite a few pieces from a composer called Ko Matsushita.
I'm not aware.
A Japanese
of.
composer. Yeah. Yeah, we sang quite a few of his works, so I remember that quite clearly.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't sing a lot of very traditional choir pieces.
Okay.
Classical, I only remember we did sing Der Wassermann, right? From, I think, Schumann. I can't remember who it was.
I don't know either.
Yeah,
Maybe if
but-
you sing it, maybe I would be like, I'm so bad with song titles in general anyway. That is my
No, it's fine. I just remember the
weakness.
title was like Wassermann, so yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then we did sing one Schubert at some point in time.
Yeah.
I can't remember the title, but I remember it was 5 parts.
5 parts.
It was 5 parts female.
Oh, 5 parts female. Okay, that's interesting.
Or at least that's the version we sang, but I think it was written for 5 parts female. I actually can't remember. Then we sang one song. I mean, I'm pulling at the most interesting ones I remember.
Mm-hmm.
We once sang a song that was Estonian.
Ooh. Okay, I've never sang in
But again, I
Estonian.
do not remember the title.
Okay.
I do not remember the title. Then we sang some. I think sometimes we sang like local composers. There was one in particular, I can't remember his name. I'm very bad with names.
We're both bad with names,
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, but it was quite a mix. I think it geared towards some a bit more folksy, some a bit more like modern.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, did it? What? Because you said you had competitions also in Europe. You attended.
Mm-hmm.
Did it spark what happened next? Eventually, that you came to Germany to study and met me. Do you want to touch a little bit on that as well?
Yeah, but actually one thing I want to go off into before I go into that is I just want to mention, because I think I haven't told you ever, I actually did play in a string orchestra.
Oh, no, you did. You told me.
Yeah, I did? Okay,
Yeah.
good. Yeah, because that was organized by the school that I took violin lessons from. And by the way, I just feel a need to add that my piano class, violin class, and guitar class were always at different schools.
That's
I'm also always at different schools.
That's an interesting way of learning instruments. I mean,
Yeah, I just go to different schools. So
I also had different schools-ish for different instruments, so I guess we are pretty similar in that sense.
yeah. So I was in the string orchestra, and that one I remember playing more like medleys, and some of them were a bit more like on the popular side. There was one year we actually did play a bit of Gershwin's Rhapsody in Blue.
I love that tune.
Because remember we're a string orchestra, so the conductor he invited some other people who play other instruments like clarinet, oboe, right? Clarinet, right? Yeah. I can't remember which other instruments were there.
Clarinet is the one that plays the first intro of that.
Okay, yeah. Then the clarinet was definitely there.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yes, that one. Yeah,
that is a clarinet.
So
that's so fun. Okay.
So there was that, and then going back to the question that you asked me just now about the competitions and experiences in Europe. Actually no, but what I knew from the 4 years of choir was that competitions completely stress me out. Like I know some people work very well under pressure, but I realized that I don't think I was able to work under pressure. Yeah, it was kind of intense. Yeah, but I think what it showed me was like the amount of effort you had to put into music.
Oh, that's a very deep.
Because the thing is, because like to polish a tune, you need that much amount of work, that much amount of like discipline in a way.
Yes, very much.
Yeah, no, because I mean, I feel like that's something that we don't always get from our some of our other instrument classes.
True.
Like when you're in a one-on-one class,
you focus on different things.
Yeah, you focus on different things, and I mean with choir because it's like so much more communal as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, you really feel that kind of like energy. Yes. Yeah. But what did lead me to go to Germany was also because I took third language in school. We have a subject called third language that's offered to some students at secondary school level. So I took German.
That's an interesting choice.
I took German because I took German because my sister took German, and the only options were German, French, Japanese, Bahasa Indonesia.
You could have learned Bahasa.
But I didn't. I'm sorry, dear.
It's okay.
I can't remember if Arabic was offered as a language. It might not be.
An interesting choice.
Yeah, I can't remember about that. But yeah, those were languages offered. So let's just say it was enough choices, but not like a lot of choices.
That's quite an array of choices.
Yeah.
Like options.
Although a few years later, a few years ago, they added in Spanish as an option as well.
That's also a good option. But
yeah,
you learned German. You learned German. You learned German, the language. German, so that it became the reason you wanted to pursue study in Germany.
They were unrelated. They just happened to converge because at the time I took German as a subject, and then I also took music as a subject, which is quite not a common combination. Yeah, and it's just that I started at secondary school, then I went on to junior college afterwards. So 4 years secondary school, 2 years junior college, and I happened to I was able to continue taking music and German as my core subject, so I did. But they were very unusual combinations.
That's pretty good. That led you to what eventually become.
And then that led me to meet you.
To the destiny of meeting me. Which is quite weird.
Destiny.
The part that we finally collide, our path.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. And I think that's pretty much enough about me.
Yeah.
What about you? Where are you right now?
I am still in Germany. still in the same city that we met, Freiburg, a very lovely city.
Yes.
And I just finished my bachelor. What's
Yay!
up? And yeah. Um, Basically, that's my current situation. Same like Felicia. I almost spoke German. Whew, brain.
You can speak German. I'll just try to translate.
No, thank you. I would rather speak English in the podcast.
Okay.
I mean, I am still residing in Germany, and my current activities are teaching, also piano, writing, and somewhat co-producing some songs. Not so much performance, but here and there a couple times. Also because of Corona. Also because I'm not really a performing person. But that's my... What is Tätigkeit? I give up. My brain just went...
Tätigkeit.
Tätigkeit.
A reality?
No,
Actuality?
activities.
No.
Just like...
Activities, okay.
Yeah, those are my activities. And also same like Felicia, I started actually with a group class, but it was not like a movement and clapping and stuff. It was more of a choir, a children choir. It was from my like preschool, not preschool, it's like kindergarten.
Kindergarten?
Yeah, kindergarten. We had like a choir group from the kindergarten, and then led me to start my piano classes. My parents just be like, put her in. Basically, they put my brother and me in. So kind of also same like you.
Very typical.
Yeah. we both are younger siblings of 2.
Yes.
And a lot of our decisions probably, or like a lot of our parents' decisions probably came from like, oh, the older sibling did this. Maybe I should. Because that's also probably why I came to Germany.
I mean, the thing is, like, especially for piano, if our parents were investing in a piano for our elder sibling, you might as well just have the second one also. Just learn the instrument.
Might just throw the second one in. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and then we did the same piano learning system, the ABRSM, the one that you have mentioned before. And I also have a little bit of a collection of instruments.
Which
are? Is it? Which is?
Yeah.
Are? I mean, anyway.
A collection is though.
Oh, yeah. I'm getting worse in all my languages, literally. Yeah, I learned... so after I learned piano, I learned a little bit of classical vocals. But I realized at some point, I was like, nobody in my circle really sang classical. I lost interest. Not motivated. Yeah. So I quit. And then I learned recorder as well and pianica at school. It was kind of mandatory in Indonesian school system.
Same as me as well.
Yeah. I think in a lot of countries, like in many countries.
Cheap.
Also in Germany, I believe.
It's affordable.
Yeah, it's everywhere.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised, yeah.
And then I also learned electone like you. That's why I could jump into you with your statements about electones. I learned it for quite a while, actually, quite a long while. Probably in total was 5 years. Yeah. No, more. Probably more than 5 years. Probably around 6 years then. Anyway, but I thought of electone as well. Like it's not its own instrument. It's more like a bonus. Like it's another.
A bonus is a good one.
Yeah, I mean it's very similar
many
to
things in
piano.
one.
Yeah, it's a very similar to piano. It's just more fun.
Sounds.
Yeah, more sounds. A bit more fun
Yeah.
that way.
Yeah.
And it's less like strict because classical piano obviously
Yeah.
was a lot more stricter. I also played
Yes.
flute for a year because my brother played the flute. I just joined
Okay.
in with him, the sideway one, the Querflöte in German.
Transverse flute.
I also
Transverse. Can't pronounce.
I don't know even what that word was. Anyway,
It just means sideways.
Oh.
Something that's played sideways.
I'm learning something new. Okay. Next, I played cello. I learned it for a year because the school ensemble. I was in school ensemble for many years.
Uh-huh.
And for that year, they wanted to have a cello, and I was like, "Pick me! I want to learn the cello. Thank you." So I did for a year. And then
What happened after that year?
after that, I
Like you stopped learning your
graduated.
cello after that?
After that, I graduated.
Oh.
Oh no! After that,
Okay.
after that, I learned the clarinet because
So you switched from cello to clarinet.
yeah. No, actually, I have been wanting to play clarinet before, like earlier, but it eventually came around because the music teacher in the high school that I was in my alma
Mhm.
mater, he promised me that like, oh, if you play clarinet for 2 years or something, then you can switch to saxophone quicker. Because I wanted to play saxophone. It has the same embouchure, the muscle for the lips.
mouth
Yeah,
shape.
the mouth muscle shape.
Mm.
And it also had similar reed, of course.
Mhm.
So yeah, I was like, killing two birds with one stone. Why not? But my music teacher he passed away before I joined the high school.
Oh.
So I did not switch to saxophone. I stuck with clarinet, which I still have.
And you still love?
I still like it. I'm not nowhere good at it anymore. I wasn't really that good, like amazing either. I was okay, but yeah. What else? I think that's the oh yeah, and also in some years I also learned like more pop, jazz based piano and vocals. So like both, but in the direction of popular music, which is which was also fun. It's very different. Yeah,
Mhm.
I think that's it. That's a
Yeah.
collection of instruments that I played. And then I also was in choir, same like you. There's a lot of similarities. I was in a
Yeah,
choir
there's quite a lot of overlaps. Yeah.
that was also active with international competitions. But
Is it like a school choir or was it
No,
like an outside
it's
thing?
an outside thing.
Mhm.
I was also in school choir, but it was like our school choir was more for local competitions, smaller scale.
Mm.
I joined
And what
the
what?
hmm?
Yeah. No, you continue.
I joined the outside choir when I finished high school actually. So it's not
Mhm.
as busy as you thought. But because I joined after I finished high school and before I moved to Germany, it was only like 8 months or something. So I did not get any chance to participate in any competitions. It was basically kind of, they just said like, you're you are up to our standards, but yeah, you just
Right.
you're just a member, not like a yeah. I was not
Uh-huh.
a kind of like a baby in that sense. Just joined for a couple concerts and that's it. And then I moved to Germany, where I met you in the university. Uh,
Yeah.
and yeah, 4 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, hang on a second. I want to backtrack a little bit.
Yeah.
When you're talking about the choir, I actually really wanted to ask you what kind of repertoire do you sing?
Ooh, mixed pickles.
I don't think. I thought mixed pickles was actually a genre. It's nighttime here.
Oh yeah, yeah. I forgot that. It's
Blame it
like,
on the time.
no, it's a combination because I was also in a church-ish based choir. I was also in a more like general but towards classical choir. But sometimes we also have concerts that involve like film music or just more popular repertoire and stuff like that. So a lot of many different things actually. Funnily
Yeah.
enough. Yeah.
That's really a lot.
That's a lot, but
There's a lot of experiences.
I think it's a lot like similar like yours. That's why we kind of match in that sense. Like yeah, right? Because I think it's a good thing that we have so much in common but still different in a way.
We are still quite different, yes.
Yeah, we are still quite different. That would probably be a good thing for the podcast, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So that was my brief introduction. A lot briefer than yours because I think I just like went rapid fire.
You did. I did a lot more detours.
It's okay. I love it. Okay.
Right.
So now that
Wait, for the
mhm.
for the record, because I think we haven't explained what ABRSM actually is.
Yo,
So
yeah.
ABRSM and Trinity, they are both exam boards from the UK. ABRSM stands for the Associated Board of Royal School of Music, correct?
Royal School of Music, yes.
Yeah. Yes.
And yeah, we both took that. Actually, you did take it until like diploma level.
Yeah, for the piano.
Oh yeah.
I took until the first level. So they call it the DIP ABRSM.
I got
Yeah.
only until grade 8. Like the
Oh, come on.
standard.
Grade 8 is just one right underneath.
But dip sounds a lot, not sounds. It is a lot cooler, and it is kind of like different. We can talk about it on another.
On another one,
situation.
yeah. It's going to pop up again anyway.
Yeah. So talking about another one or next one, what actually are we gonna do with the podcast so that our listener can have a little overview? What's coming?
You mean the next immediate episode, or what is the main few things we have in
Both.
point for that?
You can start with the main whatever going.
Okay, so moving forward, we'll be talking about our perspectives and our experiences in different aspects of music, but really like different aspects of music.
Yeah. Like
Yeah, because
teaching,
yeah,
performing. Even from
Teaching,
teaching, like
performing.
we have a lot of subcategories that could take us forever
Yeah.
and ever.
yeah,
It just came from the love of talking from both our sides about
Yes.
about our music.
and
Not only
and
journey.
what we do day to day.
Yeah, or day to day.
But day to day, which is also very involved in music, very music
Yeah.
heavy.
True, that is that thing. So that is the plan. We're gonna talk about everything about music, all the spectrums. Try to
Everything, as much as
cover-
we can.
yeah, try to cover as much as we can. But also generally just share a little bit of the knowledge without actually teaching it. I think it's just more
Yeah.
a conversational thing. And what is coming to the very next episode?
The very next episode, we will actually be talking about teaching, like what we are doing as music teachers.
That sounds like
And
a
I
good
think
plan.
this is an interesting one because you're teaching in Germany, I'm teaching in Singapore.
You have
and-
taught in Germany. I have taught in Indonesia?
I have taught in Germany for not like practically zero, basically.
It was quite a short while, but it was still a thing.
It was very, very short, but basically, very different environments.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I'll make an interesting one.
Yeah. So I think we can wrap up now.
Yes, I think so too.
Thank you everybody for listening or watching. We hope to see you. We are not really able to see you, but we hope to get a good response, and we hope for you all to come back to listen to our second episode when it
Yes.
arrives. All right. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.